Hi and welcome. Thank you for being here with me. Today we are doing some stretches for back pain. So we're going to start lying down and slowly go into the neutral position in the sitting, and then slowly drop down vertebra per vertebra, so spine slowly down and to the floor like this. So be careful here, always when moving with back pain, be really careful. And now what I want you to do here is actually press the lumbar spine down to the floor, like this, and put it into the neutral again. Neutral doesn't mean that you need to extend the lumbar spine really, but it just means you return it to the neutral state, so to the natural spine curve. Okay, so press it down and neutral position and press it down. I'm holding my arms up so you can see well the spine curve. You can always have the arms down, relaxing down to the floor. Good. And 2. And 1. And relax into the neutral position here. Okay, now firstly what I want you to do is to cross your right ankle on your left knee, and I want you to bring your left knee towards you, hug it and pull it closer to yourself. So you need to feel the stretch on the outer side of the right leg and into the glute. If you feel it in the hamstrings, it's okay as well. Sometimes the other muscles are much more tensed, so you feel it in the not really the ones that should be stretching, but you might feel it in the ones that are around. If you feel the stretch or like if it's uncomfortable in the knee, you might want to adjust the position or just soften the stretch. So just release the stretch a little bit, because it may stretch some ligaments too much, or it may be some position that just doesn't work for you well. So you try to adjust it to avoid the pain. So never go into the pain, or never push through some uncomfortable position. Okay, good. And now I want you to release and change like this. While stretching, you really breathe deeply. So you always breathe through your nose, and you try to breathe in your rib cage, so in lower ribs, I would say. So you try to expand the lower ribs, the ones that are popping out. You try to expand the rib cage, and with exhale you try to relax into the stretch and deepen the stretch as well. Good job. Okay, and relax. Now we're going to put the feet together and put them down as closer to the pelvic bone as possible, and we're going to open the knees apart. So we're into this butterfly position lying down. What I want you to be careful of here is that your lumbar spine do not extend. So if you have this problem, you should controlly lift your legs a little bit up, and now push the lumbar spine down and then try to release the knees. The people who will have the problem with overextending the lumbar spine, it means that you have a lot of tension in the pelvic region and also in the adductors and the legs, okay? So just be careful that your lumbar spine is pressed down to the floor. You can always help yourself to add a little bit more weight with your arms like this. So pushing down, opening. You can always move if that feels okay for you. So while stretching, you actually can do anything. Just try to be into the static stretch, and then you can move from the outside with the arms. You can do anything. And again, breathing deeply and into the rib cage. You try to relax, open, and with each breath you open the hips more, you drop the knees down more. Good job. We have 3, 2, and 1. And slowly you can help yourself with your arms, close the knees and lift your legs up to the tabletop. Now I want you to press them together, like glue them together. Now slowly drop them to the side. If this is too hard for you, like you can drop them to the side like this. If this is too hard for you, drop them down, the feet down, and now slowly release, and then you can move them a little bit upwards. So I want you to actually rotate like this to the side. I want you to close the arms, and I want you to press. I want you to rotate like this, to close your arms, and to press the knee down, the upper knee down into the lower knee, and also the feet. And now I want you to open with exhale. Try to open while not changing the position of the knee. So do not allow to drift back. Always have it glued together. You can help yourself with your arms. Now open and try to reach as far as possible, your head turning as well. If you drift backwards a little bit, it's okay, but not too much. You need to feel the stretch really well from the side of your back. Breathing deeply into the part that you feel the most, so into the most stretched part. So you try to inhale it, try to expand it, and then with exhale you deepen the stretch and try to release the tension. Good, and now slowly drift back and lift up. Good. And now to the other side. So as you wish, how you would like to come on to the other side in this position, closing the arms, the legs together, press together, the feet together, and now exhaling and opening up. Try dropping the arm to the ground. If you cannot drop it to the ground, you can always lower it, or you can keep it up in the air. So again, try to find what works best for you. And inhaling and exhaling. With exhaling, deepen the stretch. Good, and slowly relax and drift back. Good job. Well done. Now you can hug yourself here and massage a little bit. You can go left and right. And now I will want you to sit up. So if your back pain is quite intense, you can always sit up from the side as you're used to probably, but if not, you can always take some momentum and then lift yourself up, okay? So slowly going into the upper position like this. Oof, good. Okay, now I want you to extend one leg and the other one comes tucked in to the side. I'm going to go with the other side like this, and I'm going to twist a little bit. But I want you to have leg straight from the body, and then the other one tucked, the feet next to the this one, this muscle, this part, so to the quadriceps, and then this leg is in this position, so in really bent position. Now I want you to grab your pinky fingers on the right leg with your left arm. So going like this and trying to twist as much as possible. If you cannot hold the pinky, you can always hold the ankle or the muscle, or the muscle here. Going like this. And in this position, try having your leg extended and then twisting your back and your torso into this position, so you can actually feel the stretch going from your glutes, from your pelvic bone, up, 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 through the sides, through shoulder. And when you pull yourself towards into the stretch, you need to feel it even more. And when you hug your pinky or your ankle with your arm, try to hug it really well, and then press the knee down and pull yourself a little bit out, like you would like to pull yourself from the stretch, so back. Okay, so pull a little bit out or away from your stretch, and you're going to feel the nice stretch of your back. Good, and release. Well done. We go to the other side. Extending, putting the knee next and then trying to reach as far as possible. One side is always easier than the other, so do not worry about that. Just try to do the best as you can on both sides. And pulling a little bit forward and then pressing the knee down and pulling backwards and feeling the stretch in the back. Good, and relax. Good job. Now going on all fours. Here into this position. Now I want you to lift up into the plank or into the downward dog. And I want you to bring in the right leg, and I want you to twist it out and sit into the pigeon pose like this. Here I want you to stay up as high as possible. Now we are going to feel the stretch in this part, so in front of the backward leg, and on the outer part of the front leg. So staying really straight, really up like this, and pushing all the way down to the pelvic bone, and trying to release the hips. So the hips should melt and should really become like really soft. If you feel a lot of tension, this is the exercise for you to do every day. So here I want you to feel really soft, like falling down towards the ground with each breath, relaxing, deepening the stretch, and just staying here a little bit longer. Good. Now I want you to fold forward onto the elbows and relax a little bit more. Try deepening the stretch, and always in this position of a pigeon, always be straight. So your pelvic bone should be straight, like here and from here. You should not sit on your glutes, okay? So here needs to be some space. And I'm sorry. Okay, and now I push myself away, lift myself into the downward dog, and going in with the left leg, twisting, sitting back. And now, as you see, I have a space here, so I do not sit back into this position. I always sit up. I have my pelvic bone aligned with the floor, completely straight. Okay? Oh, and I stay up. I do not fall down just yet. So I sit up and I put all my weight into the hips, into the pelvic bone, and I try to relax, release. Deep breathing slowly. And now I drop down. One side is always harder or hurts more or is more tense, and by with these exercises, we get to know our body, we get to know our asymmetries, we get to know which movements we do a lot, which we never do, which positions are really comfortable for us while others are just a no-go. So always exploring, searching what feels good and where do I need to improve. That's really important. We always need to improve. We always need to become stronger, more flexible. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. And now lift yourself up. And into the downward dog. Good. And dropping down. And into the baby pose for 2 more breaths. And last one. And slowly lifting ourselves up. The last comes the head. And good job. I hope that feels better now. We have stretched lower back. We have stretched some of the most crucial hip muscles that usually quite frequently cause back pain. So I hope it feels better, and if it does, I hope you will return to this video as many times as you need to. And thank you for being here with me. Thank you for doing this with me, and I hope to see you in the next one.